Alright, I'm trying something new. Trying to connect several channels to do this training, so that's why I'm not talking. So we'll try 3. So that's welcome. This is Jane Gardner, and welcome to Implement.club. Today on this show, we're going to be talking about Irresistible Offer. And this is going to be interesting because I don't have all my streams that I wanted, but at least let's go and make sure we have a recording. So I'll record this and put it up later. Welcome. This is Jane Gardner, and welcome to Implement.club. Today we're going to be talking about an irresistible offer. If you are doing any kind of sales on the internet, you have to have an irresistible offer. So we're going to discuss that today. So let's get started. So, as Marlon Brando said in Godfather Part 1, I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. And this is also what you have to do. So how are we going to do that? So you need to make sure yours is one of the irresistible offers that they are finding. And an offer so great that they have to act upon your call to action that you will be giving them and buy your product. You will have done your research and you'll know how to position this irresistible product within the mind of your customer, and your product will be screaming differentiation from everybody else's product and offer. So how are we going to do that? When your prospect reads or hears about your offer, it should appear to be so incredibly compelling that you being so utterly generous with them that they feel like they're totally ripping you off and getting away with it. You need to figure out how you will be able to pump up the offer and make it an absolute no-brainer that your prospects will kick themselves if they miss out on it. So how are we going to do that? How are we going to make an irresistible offer? Well, first off, you have to do some background research, and you have to know your niche. You have to know your target market. You have to know your audience. You have to go and discover in your niche, what is their pain? What are they desperate to solve? What are they wanting to get done so quickly now because they're just in so much pain they can't sleep They can't sleep at night. So you have to go find out by going to your niche and going to your into your forums and into your Facebook pages and Facebook groups and find out what their pain is. And if you can find out what's keeping them up at night, and you can figure out a solution to one of these pains or even more than one pain, and then you're doing good. So you got to research, and you got to go see what your competitors are doing as their solution for their pain. And you have to figure out what's missing in them. So you have to go and figure out what is people saying is a solution to a certain problem. So for example, you have a list, which we'll talk about later, email marketing, and people's pain is that they don't and they can't get enough people on their list to buy their products who are on their list. So you have to have some kind of solution that will just make anything irresistible to those people's subscribers. And so this could actually be a solution, so you never know. So we're going to test it out later. So, how? Well, first off, you check out what people are buying now. You listen to what they're saying in the groups and what their pains are. And you check out what gaps, holes, or pains that need to be filled or pains that need to be solved. So you can go onto Amazon and look at the books in the field that are giving the solution, find out some of the bad reviews that they're having because they're missing out on enough detail for someone to actually do something step by step. That would be one of the pains. By looking at some of the books, you can go, of course, and look in some people's feedback and reviews of their product and see if you can fill in the gaps. And so if you create a solution to fill these holes or create a solution to solve that pain, now we've got to figure out how we're going to make this offer irresistible for them. So obviously you can create a solution, and we'll talk about product creation in another episode. But for now, you can consider what is the best way you know how to create a solution. Do you want to create a software that will solve that problem? A course? Create a video? Do a webinar? What are you going to use to solve their problem? Or you could even partner with someone else's product to solve the problem and fill in the missing gaps and holes. By doing some affiliate marketing, you could add a bonus to someone else's solution that's missing something to make it an irresistible offer. So you need to research and ask yourself, what are they doing? So what is everybody else doing for the solution? So we've already done that research. Now we got to check out their sales pages. Check out the emails of people selling in your inbox and see what they're saying about that solution and what you think might be missing. You could check out other people's webinars and what they think is the solution. And so you're doing lots of research to figure out where the gaps are, where you can fill in the holes, or where you can add something to someone else's product in order to make it an amazing offer that actually fixes that problem by giving them the solution that actually solves it. So you're asking yourself, does my product or service have relevance for my audience? When you've created a solution that you think might work, you have to go and ask yourself these questions. Can the prospect see that there's credibility in my solution for their problem? Is there true value, return of investment to the customer or client in order if they were to purchase your solution? Does the customer see a risk to them to purchase? Is there a sense of urgency in the other people's sales pages? Do I have the right audience? That's an important question for the solution. Or should I be targeting another audience for the solution? Which audience has the greatest pain to solve with that solution? So you could also ask, can the prospect or customer visualize the benefits when I've written out my sales page offer? Is that actually the audience that I want to speak to? And does my offer seem too good to be true? That can sometimes be a problem, so you need to put in some credibility for your offer by adding some stories about how you feel it will solve that pain. And what do I offer that the competitor doesn't offer in my solution? And what exactly is the reason I am filling the gaps or the holes in this for the problem? And what makes my service or product unique above my competitors? So what's your unique selling proposition? For example, what would be the reason that you would be interested in continuing to see some of my trainings? Hopefully we will have a solution at the end which will be of interest to you and is even more incredible because I'm not asking you to opt into it. And it's just a worksheet, but it may be the solution to your problem of figuring out an irresistible offer. So ask yourself, what's in it for the customer? When they're looking at your sales offer, are they wanting to know how much risk is involved for them? And are you answering those questions? Do they want to know the benefits they will get from purchasing? And are you explaining those benefits correctly? And what's the return on their investment? And is it enough? Will it solve the problem they have with the problem? Like, will it actually solve it? So you have to show some proof on how it will solve the problem. When they're looking at your sales offer, they are thinking there's no way they can lose by spending the money you're asking them to spend, or are they? They are seeing that the value they are getting is greater than the value they are spending, So if they can say, if I spend $1 and I get $10 value, I think that would be a good return on investment. So a customer buys a one-time purchase of product or service, but a client, and so we're going to call them clients from now on, will buy from you again and again because they find your solutions irresistible. What can I give them at a low price with value such that if I give it away to them, it is irresistible? What can I give them as a solution to their problem that has the value that even if they have to pay for it, their value that they get in return is incredible such that they will still take you up on the offer? It gives you credibility in their eyes as the expert in your niche and valued authentic self. If you can give them the kind of value that they have a return on their investment that is 10 times what they invested in. So what's in it for the customer when they're looking at your sales offer? They are looking at risk protection. They want you to remove all risk for them to invest. So you need to remove all risk. Looking at urgency, why should they buy it from you right now instead of waiting? It should be believable that it is urgent now to buy it. So prices could go up after a certain time period, or the course starts, or when the software becomes available, the offer that is on the table will disappear, or they, of course, if the course starts, they won't be able to come into the course. So there's a time limited there. So you can't sell ice to the Inuit, but you can sell ice to a thirsty hot crowd. You need the right audience for the right offer. It has to be the solution for the problem that your audience is searching for. You don't want to be selling ice to the Inuit, so get your audience correct for your solution and make sure that those are the people who are visiting your offer. So for example, if you were able to deliver on Christmas Day your family presents on time, that you bought the Christmas Eve, and give the prospects a solution that would benefit them, that makes it easy for them to decide your offer is better than the competition, well, as we all know, usually Amazon Prime promises delivery time on Christmas that the post office can't, as they don't work on Christmas Day. So what is the benefit that makes it easy for them to decide your offer is better than the competition? You will obviously go with Amazon Prime since it's obvious that they will deliver on Christmas Day. So make certain every claim about your offer is believable by providing specifics, like giving them some case studies, giving them some specific return on their investment, giving them specifics on what they'll actually have as a result of buying the offer. You could use testimonials from people who have done the product and used it before and enjoyed it. Or you could allow a trial use of the product or service before they actually purchase. You could do demos on the offer page to show them how the product or the service works. And of course, a lot of people use training for free on webinars to show social proof on how the offer is irresistible. But don't stop at one product or service. Think long term and the next product or service. Keep the customer, the client, buying from you again and again much easier, because it's much easier to sell them another product or solution than it is to get 2 new customers. Be generous for your first purchase in terms of how much it costs or investment is, and you'll make less profit, but you'll obtain a customer or a client who will buy from you again and again. So you have to over-deliver in your value for your offer to your customer and client. So you have to be able to add value such that it's irresistible. So you could be creative with your offer to make it irresistible. You can increase the value or spin of your solutions. You could be creative in your payment terms. Don't do a standard payment terms. You could add a bonus to the product or service that gets them to the solution faster. You could add on a worksheet like I am. Can you give them a 30-day trial of use before they actually purchase? Can you cover the shipping cost? Can you be creative with your guarantee? Make it risk-free, lifetime, or return no questions asked if they don't need it? How much can you show the visitor to your sales page that you really believe in what you're offering? This will also add to your credibility, and it will make it easier for people to buy. And of course, you could use bonuses to add to your offer. They must be relevant to the primary offer of your solution. You can't just add any old bonuses. It must be able to help your visitor to see that with the added bonus, they can solve the problem either quicker, with greater results or greater return, or be an easy, actionable solution to their problem. The more relevant it is to what someone is purchasing, the better, because it'll be more attractive and it'll make it easier for them to buy and to consider buying if they have bonuses which help in solving the solution. So next time we're going to talk about product creation ideas for your business. You can opt in. I have an opt-in and product offers brainstorming worksheet where you can download it and you can work on looking at your product that you want to offer, and it is available at http://jgtip.com/sales, which is sales, http://jgtips.com/sales, and it's an immediate download that you can download and print and work on doing your product offer. So I hope you appreciate that I give you instant access and you don't have to opt in. But if you want to opt in and you want to be able to get my next training, right now it's not really on schedule, obviously, because I went to the wrong Facebook page. But this training will be on Implement.club on the homepage this evening, so you can look at it again. But you can opt into my email subscribers list at http://jgtips.com/implement-free. And there is a download there of something or other in the email, which is of value for you. I just don't remember. So there you go. So yeah, so I'm starting a Implement.club, which is for people who want to implement. And so we talked about the Irresistible Offer today. We might go back and talk about targeting your audience before you do your offer. We always do to sell. We always make the offer and see if anyone wants to buy. We don't create the offer, or the product, etc. beforehand. Obviously, you have it in your head or you have an idea on how to do it. But until your audience, you find your audience who wants that offer, it's best not to create it. But you can certainly put together a sales page for it, and so maybe we'll do that next time. So this is Jane Gardner, and this is Implement.club. And you can check out what Implement.club is all about at Implement.club. And if you want to learn how to do email, if you want to learn how to do sales pages, and you want to know how to do offers like we're doing now, that's the place to be. It's a very reasonable place, and you can check everything out there. And so let's see if I can turn this off, because this is my first time using it. So let's see.